Welcome everyone to Pre-Market Prep out the close. Spencer Israel, Joel Elconin with you on this holiday Friday. Joel, all things considered, pretty uneventful, unexciting day in the markets. We are flirting with unchanged. Just some stocks in the green, some stocks in the red, but nothing too crazy happened today.
Quiet
Quiet day.
day.
Yeah.
Quiet day. Many people, like me, were probably planning on going golfing this afternoon, but the skies are clearing above here in Michigan. But I figured I didn't want to go out in a swamp and get submerged in water. So, no golfing today. We're here to wrap up the week. A good week for the markets. I'll just recap today's action. We didn't even see the pre-market high, or we didn't see the pre-market low. 29.52 we hit late last night, and we had the sell-off last about 2-3 in the morning, 29.0375. Didn't see that level. Real tight interday range. I would say this 22-point range is one of the tightest interday ranges we've had in quite some time. But looks like we'll know. Who knows what's going to happen in the next 18 minutes here? Looks like we're going to close positive for the session, and all things considered, a pretty good week for the market. The index went out last Friday at 28.46. We're about 100 handles above that, so that's a nice gain here. Made a new high for the rebound at 29.76 and a quarter. We made that on Tuesday. We tested it on Wednesday. We tested it on Thursday, but couldn't quite get there today. So we have a great level to look at for next week. The low for the week was made on Sunday night when everyone was sleeping at 28.50. So good week for the market. We know what we need to do in order to add to these gains. What a wild day in the crude market. I'm so glad I don't trade crude oil futures. High of 34 even, and then it dipped to 30.72, and now it's back at 33.42. What I think happened in the crude oil market is they ran some stops, man. They jammed all the sell stops down to under 31 bucks and brought it back up. So if you got stopped out on the long side, sorry to hear that. It's not my fault, but right back up near the highs for the session. Gold up $12.10. Tight range in gold, $20 range. We're still just 1,700 to 1,750. If I could ever be a range trader, that's what I'd be doing in the gold market. Silver up 28 cents to 1764 and a half. And Bitcoin, just not the volatile beast that it used to be, up $95. 9,170.
Right, so Joel, we'll talk for 2 seconds, but you missed. You caught some of the excitement at the end there, but then you went to do your hot mic segment, so you missed the final 20 minutes of our show. But I don't need to rehash what happened. If you missed this morning's show, I highly recommend you go to our YouTube channel and you watch it. There's also another video that's just of the final 20 minutes, but just watch the last 20-25 minutes of our show today, because it was wild. Once in a lifetime type of a coincidence, but just crazy stuff. Quiet day in the market, but that was the craziest thing I've ever seen. What happened this morning with Jason and XSPA. You'll never see that again. I want to move on to. It's just unbelievable. I'm still in shock. Joel, you actually missed. Dennis was actually speechless. I've never heard Dennis.
No, wait a second. Stop the show. Dennis was speechless.
Dennis was speechless. Dennis didn't know what to say. It was Jason was, I think, shell shocked. So I highly recommend everyone go check out the final few minutes of our show, because it was crazy. Anyway, moving on to stocks that are on our radar today. Alibaba, Joel, just had earnings this morning. We talked about it, and just reversal completely.
You know what? Sometimes we get stuff right. Sometimes we get it wrong. Sometimes we get it really right. Sometimes we get it really wrong. And we got this one right. I mean, the Bobster dipped off it seems like a year ago, but it dipped off the 4 a.m. opening. because of the China Hong Kong's delisting, China U.S. tension thing, and then it rallied back, and it rallied back nicely. Tested yesterday's high. This is in the pre-market trading. Actually, this didn't even come close in the regular session. Is that correct? Yeah, that is correct. 214.58 was a high from yesterday, and we sniffed that in pre-market trading. But man, if you had your selling shoes on in the pre-market trading, you hit that thing and ended up opening up at 204.88 and down on the session, down 12.86. And that was a pretty darn good report. So, up near all-time highs, a lot of things, going on with U.S.-China tension. So some profit taking in that one. This is not a good candle. This is not a good day for Baba. I will see what happens we'll see what the low of the day is in the close. But if you guys want to look for your next daily support level, 194.03.
Yeah, just a lot happening there between the U.S. and China, all between China and Hong Kong. So yeah, a few different headlines probably weighing on Baba here this morning. What else did we talk about that moved wildly today? We talked about Splunk, talked about Nvidia. You pull up that Splunk chart. That thing kept on going.
Yeah, and it wasn't a super good report, but just a hot report or a hot stock, hot sector, cloud. Everything's going on now. Nothing's going on in the in different sectors. Tech is hot. They hit it. Unbelievable. This thing got down to 150.01, and you hit a new all-time high in the Splunkster. 185. I can't even give you any levels in this thing. This is beyond my level capability. 185.26 and 183.83 is where it's currently trading. So if if you're trading this, congratulations. You know who I have to give a big hats off to on this stock?
No.
Remember Anthony Laverde?
Yeah.
Yep. Former director at Benzinga. He liked this stock a long time ago. I think it was like around 50, $60. I wish I would have listened to him on it. But, cloud business is big, new all-time high. You can't shake off the volume here either. 3 million yesterday, 8.5 million today. Full breakout mode. I'm not going to try and pick a top, and neither should you.
And what else? Splunk, Nvidia didn't really do a lot today. Pretty
Yep,
quiet day
I
for
didn't
Nvidia.
actually look at what the straddle, the people that bought the straddle, looking for that 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 point move, but didn't get it. What we did talk about in the show was an all-time high, how it had a chance to kiss that. And the all-time high was made on Tuesday at 363.50. It hit 363.72. So if you're a day trader, you had that as a target. You got your target. Also, you're looking to make an all-time closing high. You know how I talk about the daily highs and lows? Thought to talk about the closes as well. 358.80 was your all-time closing high. That was on Wednesday. Looks like we're going to do that again today. And then, if you're shorting this thing and you see it trading 364, you're in trouble.
Tesla is selling off here, Joel. I just saw flash by my eyes on Twitter. And I can't confirm this, but I saw a headline that Kathy Wood at ARK Invest has sold. They've sold Tesla in their funds. I would imagine that is more due to rebalancing than anything else. Kathy Wood is like an uber Tesla bull, so anytime she sells, it's notable. But
Okay.
again, I saw it real fast. If that's true, if she did sell, I would assume it's just a rebalancing thing and not any change in thesis.
Yeah, I mean, she's been good on the stock. I mean, she's better at buying it than me, and she's better at selling it than me. So, what she did for her fund and rebalancing, uh, to me, this just looks like. Could you pull up the daily for our folks at home?
I can do that.
Yeah, I mean, this just looks like this just looks like consolidation. It just looks like big run up, the big decline, obviously, the big run up, and you're just consolidating here. Now, when you have an $800 stock, your consolidations are going to look between 800 and 835. That's what it's done throughout the 796 low, but you've been between 800 and 835 the whole week. So, option sellers banking coin on this one.
Okay,
So,
so yeah, what I saw was correct. Kathy Wood was on CNBC earlier, and it was rebalancing. So there's still massive Tesla bulls.
yeah.
She's got like a $7,000 price target on Tesla, which is insane.
Okay.
But she said not selling anything would have just been bad portfolio management on their part because they have a lot of other stocks.
Hey,
So
if you were buying when she's buying and you're selling when she's selling, you're doing okay.
yeah. So just rebalancing, but that's their catalyst here in the afternoon. I would assume nothing to read too far into though.
We passed the 350 at balance time, and it hasn't been as a notable effect on the market as of late. I think we were trading a little bit lower. It got a little bit of pop, so perhaps some people being going long into the weekend.
I wanted to talk cannabis here. We did not get a chance to on the morning show. I would have liked to, but some pot stocks are pretty strong here in the morning, and even still today. Spinner in their pre-market prep chat mentioned early this morning that he heard or he saw that some of these stocks are a little hard to borrow. So maybe some
Little short
some
squeeze.
short squeeze involved. But if you look at CGC, look at Kronos, very strong days here.
Yeah, and also, wasn't there some news out today that treated the coronavirus?
There was an article from the New York Post yesterday at like 3 o'clock.
Gotta love the New York Post.
Which, I mean, I guess that could have kickstarted it, but I'm more inclined to say it's a short squeeze than anything else. Maybe it's a combo of the two, but regardless, pot is hot today. Some pot, at least.
Yeah, the leader of the pack, ACB, the short squeeze on the reverse split stock, that's down $1.33. So that one has not been moving. Kronos, I mean, it's these stocks. I mean, if it's hard to borrow, there's a short squeeze, then you can get involved in those kind of moves. They're really tough to time. So if you have intraday levels that you're targeting and you're banking on a short squeeze, then go ahead and trade those levels accordingly. But fundamentally, if you really break down the fundamentals on this, if you can find value in these stocks and invest in them for the long term.
Jason Chauvinel, who is Benzinga's managing editor, pointing out to me right now that the study cited in the New York Post yesterday, that was actually not new news. I feel like an idiot now, but Benzinga actually covered this over the weekend, and so it was not new news that the Post cited yesterday. Now the Post may have helped to get the word out a little bit. That may have kickstarted a rally, but it wasn't new news. It was out there for a couple of days. So, again,
we gotta get Chubbs on here as a guest because you know why?
No, I don't.
He has the toughest job on Wall Street.
What? Anything in your articles?
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, that's a doozy.
You've done that too. But I'm gonna download that thing you told me to.
Yeah, do it. Grammarly, do it.
Is it Joel proof?
It's Joel proof. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
A couple more that from the chat that also caught my eye. Gosh, where were they?
Let's talk John Deere.
Okay. Yeah. Reversal, right?
Yep. And boy, if I would have following that seller this morning, we talked about it at the pre-market trading. Someone had an opinion here, just under 149, hit those levels, boom, 148.50, 148.07, 148.75, 148. And these are 15-minute brackets, folks, that I'm quoting here. I'm not going on a minute or 2 minute or 5 minute chart. Actually, 15-minute could actually be too short a time frame. But you open 148, boom, 148.41, and then someone said, I don't think people are going to be doing much farming or mowing their lawn, and sold off to 138.76. So not a good day in John Deere.
All right, real quick, looking ahead to the biggest reports on the earnings slate next week. Not a ton. Costco and Salesforce both due out. Looks like that's Thursday, right? Let me see if I can
Okay.
get my dates right here.
Costco's a tough stock, isn't it? I mean, it has the big old moves and then it's quiet, 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 and it's a big old move, and it's just like I don't know if you can ever make money buying any strangles in it and everything, but I don't know. I spent $685 there the other night, so I don't know if that's gonna.
I hadn't been to Costco in 2 months, and I went and I dropped 250, which is a lot for two people. So I felt, yeah.
I
I,
mean, I spent a lot of money there. I mean, these. Uh, I don't even know what to tell you on this one. Stock's been a long time super winner. I would just give you. I'll go wide on this one. I would say 322 to 325. Potential sell area of the all time highs, and then for the COVID, the whole COVID play. Since February, your range is your monthly lows have ranged from 270 to 290. So I don't know. It's trading right at 300. So not only do I not know what to do in that stock, but I think the big boys are trying to figure out what to do as well.
Thursday looks like it's a big day actually for earnings. We're going to get Nordstrom, Burlington, Dollar Tree, Dollar General, CSIQ. That's interesting. A number of big names next week. VMware also on Thursday,
Yeah,
and
so kind of coming near the end of the
next
earnings
week is
season.
probably going to be the final like week of earnings season. There's always going to be like Nike's always like way late. They're going to be in a couple weeks probably, but
Yeah, you
next
gotta
week,
wonder about Nike, after Foot Locker did that face plant. I don't know. Actually, it's starting to recover here.
well, their stores are reopened in China, so and they're
Okay,
they're
so
getting here in the U.S. too.
all right. Well, if they're selling a lot of footwear there, looks like that by the dippers. Looks like running into the close here. We are back up near the intraday high, so that little sell off, probably some buying balances into the close here. And Spencer, what do we got for a guest lineup next week?
Guest lineup next week is as follows. Let me pull up my calendar. Nobody on Monday. Obviously, we are off. Market is closed. On Tuesday's show, we've got Craig Johnson from Piper Jaffray, and then I will also air an interview I recorded the other week with the CEO of a cannabis company called Jushi. Wednesday, we've got Christian Fromhertz on the show. We love him. Tribeca Trade Group. Thursday, Mark Chaikin. And Friday, the man himself, Jason Raznick. So a good slate of guests on the show. Short week next week.
Yeah, short week. So if you're
Yep.
buying those options, remember you got one day where you were not going to be able to trade a road on the time value on that. So we will definitely keep an eye on that. Market looks like we're closing strong here, up
Mm-hmm.
right here. It looks like we're just rallying into the close, a bullish week. S&P futures tacking on over 100 points. So good week. We know what we'll be looking at next week for a breach of that triple top up there at 28, 29. Gotta lose my handles here. 29.76 and a quarter has been your high of the move. I just want to thank all of our veterans out there and everyone commemorating
Yes.
Memorial Day, a very important holiday. And that's it for me.
Yep. That's echoing those thoughts, Joel. Everyone, have a great weekend. Stay safe out there. Thanks to all our veterans. And we'll talk to you again on Tuesday. Everyone, have a good one.